Ah, look at this view. What's this thing called? Look at that. Beautiful place. I do love New Hampshire. Not as much as Tennessee, but New Hampshire is beautiful. Tennessee is really cool if you get a chance to go down there. Just because, well, personally, me, I love engineering, and Tennessee has a lot of dams that you can actually get real close to them. In some cases, you can actually, I think there's one or two of them, I forget which one it was. You can actually go to their website and get a tour of the inside of the dam. That is unbelievably awesome. But still out here enjoying life. And the one thing I want to talk about in this one, because the first video I didn't really have much to say. I was just trying to enjoy my time. And that is, you know, I always stress this idea that you need to have money. And not just because of status or whatever, right? Because I have money, but I don't care about the status of the money. I don't tell anybody that I have money. Nobody knows that I have money, right? But one thing that I do have, and one thing that I do enjoy, is basically coming out here and using that money to enjoy my life. And you really can't enjoy life if you don't have the cash. It's impossible, right? So you need to have money to be able to do whatever you want. Again, you know, like me, I like to travel, right? I want to travel. I want to eat good food. I want to have, you know, I want to drink nice coffee. I love tea, coffee. And I want to enjoy the outdoors and live my life. I want to be peaceful. Now, some people want different things, of course, right? Some people want to get married. Some people want to do this. Some people want to do that. And that's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with it, right? To each its own. But it all comes down to the simple fact that you have to have money to be able to do whatever you want, right? I'm not talking about, you don't have to be obscenely rich, right? You don't have to be Elon Musk rich, you know, with $200 billion, right? You just need a couple $100,000 in the account. And what that does is it affords you the ability to do whatever you want, right? Or as they would call it, I think I've seen that one video on YouTube where, you know, they talk with Mark Wahlberg, talks about the FU money. You know, somebody says, you know, I want you to do this, you tell them FU, whatever. Right? And that's the whole point of life, right? It's, you don't want to be beholden to people, to society, to all that crap, right? For your sustenance, you know, you want to be able to have money so that way you can tell people to go F off, right? That's ultimately the idea. Right? Like, I'm not trying to be somebody's, you know, errand boy. You know, I'm not trying to listen to anybody. At the same time, I'm not trying to get married and lose half my stuff or lose any of my stuff, right? But, you know, like for me to come over here, right? So today is what, Wednesday? So it's a Wednesday, right? I left my house yesterday. I say house, it's really an apartment. But I left my apartment yesterday. I stayed in, you know, I took a 4-night stay at the hotel. And now I'm going to spend this week, you know, just having fun over here, right? And it's basically just me, right? So, because all my family members are all busy, right? They're all doing stuff, and they're all working, right? Ultimately, they're all working for their kids, for their, you know, stuff, right? Working for, you know, what they want, right? Ultimately, because, again, right? To each its own, but everybody wants to have, at least in my family, right? They all want to have kids, get married, do this and that. And that's fine. I'm not that kind of person. Never been, never will be. I'm a forever bachelor kind of guy. But for me, well, one thing I am is I am about money, and I'm really good at making money, which has been a plus for me because I take that money and I'm able to enjoy life. And to me, I mean, like nothing beats just enjoying my life. I think this is going down to the exit. Not really sure where the heck I'm at over here. Taking some trails. But I think I want to go back to the other side because it was way funner. But yeah, I mean, like I said, like I know, yeah, this isn't going anywhere fun. I'm going to go back the other way around because I think that was cooler. Yeah, but I mean, like there's no, there's really no way of enjoying your life without having money. And I know, and like I said, right, it sucks because that's what society always pushes you to do, is, to have money, right? And I mean, most people complain, like they can't have this, they can't have that. They complain about the cost of healthcare. They complain about the cost of food, the cost of housing, the cost of this and that, right? And the idea is that if you have money, right, you're not going to have to complain about that. And one of the easiest ways to have money is to not to spend money on frivolous garbage, right? You don't need an iPhone every year. I think you'll be okay with an iPhone until it breaks down, right? There's no point. You don't have to have an Apple iWatch every year, every new model. It's just a watch. Whew. It's a hard climb, boys. You don't need to buy an Audi. You don't have to buy a Porsche. You don't got to buy a Mercedes Aston Martin, right? And a lot of people, I hang around with, they're all driving $180,000, $400,000 cars, right? Living in $3 million houses. And it's like, that's cool. But now you kind of like, you're stuck to this garbage, right? I'd rather sit in an apartment because once that lease is up, I mean, legally, I can just bounce and go to another apartment. I'm not holding. Whew. Man, this is a climb. I don't have anything to hold me down there, right? I don't have to deal with lawyers, realtors, buyers, and this and that, contracts. I don't have to do any kind of repairs, right? And what it also does is it frees my money because my money isn't tied up to it in a house, in a car, right? It's just, you just don't need to, right? Another way to save money is stop doing drugs, stop smoking weed. It's completely unproductive, completely pointless and useless, and will absolutely get you nothing, right? Except for memory loss and possible Alzheimer's when you get old. Same thing. I have two friends. They smoke a lot of weed. Right? And it's like, I get that they have money, right? So that's fine. But you could have way more money if you didn't do that, right? Like, they'll sit home, their kids are out there doing their thing, playing, or going out, whatever, or in school, or at work, right? And, they just sit there and they, after work they come home and they smoke a few blunts. And when I go there and I hang around with them, it's always funny to me. And I've told them about it. I've always told them, it's like you're literally harming yourself. Because it's still smoking. You're still putting garbage inside your lungs. I don't care if it's natural. But yeah, so that's another way of saving money. The other way of saving money is, I don't know, there's millions of ways of saving money, right? don't overindulge in things, right? Be a little bit of a minimalist where you don't need that much water. Or I mean, you don't need that much material, right? And that kind of helps you save a ton of money as well. Right? Yeah, and then you have to make money. All right, so I just had to pause the video. People walking by. Oh, they got more kids walking, so I got to pause this video. All right, guess they got a school field trip here. I'm not gonna record kids on a video. Way too many freaking pervs out there, women and men, who like to prey on little kids. Anyway, whew. Trying to climb this crazy ass hill. Extremely difficult, but yeah, so you know, there's many ways of doing things, coming to enjoy life. And me, I love enjoying life. I don't like to play. The other thing that really annoys me hard is that it annoys me, like I said, right? And that is that women always freaking look at me, right? I'm walking and all these women are looking at me, right? And they're with a fucking, pardon my language, but they're with their freaking boyfriends or their husbands or whatever. I was like, stop looking at me, man. Look at your freaking husband. You're with him, not with me. Get out of here. That really is annoying. Because first of all, I would never sleep with them. Yeah, actually, that's kind of cool. Look at this. You know, like I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm not going to date you. I'm not going to do anything with you. You're already taken. You know, it's creepy as hell. Go figure. That is the one thing that does annoy me quite often, actually. Look at this. Well, you can't see it, but look at that, boys. Now, you could be in an office, you could be doing construction, or you could be out here enjoying life. You choose. No matter what you do, it's right for you. It is your life after all.